Captain Puffy, and welcome to a brand new series here on my channel. Welcome to the first ever video of Texture Pack Thursdays. That is right, guys. Every Thursday from now on, I will be showcasing at least 3 texture packs, whether they've been suggested by you or just cool texture packs that I found around on the internet, or whether I use them myself. But with that being said, guys, feel free to suggest any texture packs that you may use, that you may like, that you just want me to showcase off in the comments down below. But with that being said, let's hop straight into the video and let's get it done. So we're going to be starting off with none other than DarkPVP, created by ItsioZ. It's a very nice pack. It's pretty simplistic, but it does have a bit more detail than your standard PvP pack. Today's first episode is going to be focusing a bit more on PvP packs. Some might be more building-esque, whatever you guys want. But as I said, it's simplistic, but also detailed, a lot more detailed than your standard PvP pack. So if you're into that, it does have obviously a darker theme, hence the DarkPVP name. Since we are doing a PvP video here, we're going to be going straight off to the armor. As you can see, the armor is pretty standard. It's nicely outlined. It's simple. The saturation on it is a bit blown out, though, which is pretty nice. It catches your eye a bit more. The iron armor has a bit of a pinky tinge to me. Maybe it's because I'm colorblind. Maybe it's my monitor. I'm not quite sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The only thing I'm not crazy about with the armor set is particularly the diamond one, because it looks like they just kind of forgot to do the pants. Like, the pants aren't detailed, and there's slightly a different tinge of blue than the rest of the set. But that doesn't bother me too much. It may bother you guys, but that's up to you. Another thing that might bother you guys in this pack, or some of you guys may love, is that the swords in this pack are super duper short. As you can see, they're nicely detailed, though. They do the job. They're pretty simple. I like them. I think they're pretty nice, but I know some people aren't too crazy about short swords. Now, one of my favorite packs actually in this weapon are not the swords, but it's the bow. The bow is just so nicely detailed, I think. And like, the particle effect that it leaves is pretty nice, and the trail is decent. The fishing rod is pretty standard. Everything in this texture pack has kind of somewhat of a black, white, gray theme, which is pretty simple and nice. This is the particle effect for the potions. Let's get a few more of those. As you can see, it's just a nice red sparkle. Really does catch your eye. And if we go ahead and head over to our handy dandy villager here. Oh, he died way too quick. Oh, that's not what I want. I don't want a button. Take 2. Also, the sticks in this texture pack are really oddly nice. Like, they almost look like a wand. I don't know why they decided to do that with the stick. Excuse me. I don't know why they decided to do that with the sticks, but it's really nice. As you can see, it's just kind of a tiny little grayed out, washed out flare. I mean, nothing too crazy to catch your eye, but as I said, it does do the job. Now, something I do truly love about this texture pack is the sky. It's just so happy and cute and fluffy, and then you have this crazy sun that looks like it's gonna just swallow us up and murder us at any moment. But it's not the day sky that's actually my favorite. It is actually the nighttime sky that I really, really do like. It's just so pretty. The stars are just so bright and sparkly and beautiful, and I just love it. This is definitely one of my favorite skies, or one of my top favorite skies for PvP texture packs, because the next texture pack that I'm showing off has a really crazy sky. But we're not quite done with this texture pack yet. If we go back, although this is a PvP pack review, I do like showing off some of the blocks if you guys do decide to build with them in your own world. The golden apple is actually a gray apple. I mean, I kind of like it. To me, though, it almost looks like kind of like a bomb from Super Mario or something. I think it's cute, though. The regular apple is the same thing, just red. And this is the enchanted golden apple. Definitely a different take than on your golden apple. Usually they're like either really bright, highly saturated colors, but this one's just nice and gray. But I think that is going to be it for this texture pack. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next texture pack, which is going to be none other than DynamicDuo by iSparkton. Now, guys, I would be lying to you guys if I didn't tell you just how much I truly love this texture pack. This is probably my second all-time most used PvP texture pack. It's just so amazing, it catches my eye. If you're not into it, let me know in the description or in the comments down below. Let me know which packs you liked, which you didn't, if you didn't like any, and so on and so forth. But oh god, the ores in this texture pack are just so beautiful. I love it. It's like it's detailed, but it's also somewhat cartoony and pixelated. It reminds me almost of like Mayanite, the game. If you know what that game is, then you'll know what I'm saying. But I just like it. It's definitely a different take on auras. It's nicely outlined. I can't complain. The swords in this texture pack are just beautiful. They almost look somewhat like lightsabers. If I throw it on the floor, you'll see what I mean. The bow in this texture pack is pretty simple. Definitely nothing too much to speak about. It does have the charge color of it though. So if you like that, then that's definitely a decent feature. As standard as most golden apples come, this one is golden, unlike the last one. The apple is of course a nice red. And if we go ahead and go into creative mode, I will show off the effects for the potion. Similar to the last one, but differently detailed, a bit more shadowing on the particle effect here, which is somewhat nice. Whoa, that would have been bad. The enchantment table is different from your standard one. It is actually topped off with a black seal instead of a red, which is somewhat nice. And the blocks are pretty standard, nothing too crazy to talk about. The glass, though, in this one is completely invisible. There is actually glass there, I promise you. So if you're not into the totally invisible glass, you might want to go change that or use a different texture pack. The rod is pretty similar, actually, to the last one, the last texture pack. Nothing too crazy. And if we go ahead and go to our friendly villager that we have to go beat with a stick, I will show you the particle effects here. The particle effects I actually really like in this texture pack. It's kind of like a turquoisey blue, and it almost looks like somewhat of a ninja star. If you could see it. I really personally like it, but one of my favorite things about this texture pack is the armor. The armor is just so nicely shaded. It's nicely outlined. It catches your eye. It's very saturated. It's really vibrant. No complaints about any of the sets truly here. I just really love all of them. Really just job well done on the sets here personally. But my absolute all-time favorite thing about this texture pack is the nighttime sky. Well, let's go clear weather, because that's gonna ruin the sky. The daytime sky, don't get me wrong, is absolutely beautiful. It's really high definition and catches your eye. It almost looks like you're looking at a painting sort of deal. But something I don't like about the daytime sky is that you have this really super high definition sky, and then you just have the square standard Minecraft sun. But it's okay, because this texture pack makes up with the nighttime sky. Just look at this. It is beautiful. I'm at a loss for word. It's like a beautiful purpley pink, just cosmic gradient. I love it. I just never seen anything close to this in terms of a custom sky in a PvP texture pack, let alone in a texture pack at all. Like, this is the selling point for me with this texture pack. I mean, everything else in this texture pack is absolutely great, but this is just what really sealed the deal for me when I saw this. But with that being said, I don't think there's much else to show in terms of this texture pack, so we're gonna go move over to our last and final texture pack for our first ever Texture Pack Thursday here on the channel. And guys, I saved the very best for last, or at least I think so, and the reason why I say this is because this is the texture pack that I use in about 95% of my videos. It does look slightly different because I have an edited version of the texture pack for just stuff that I customly like myself. For instance, I have a rainbow experience bar. My crafting table has a yellow top instead of the standard one. Nothing too absolutely crazy, but just personal things I like. But the reason why I'm showing off this texture pack in our first Texture Pack Thursday is because one of the most common questions I get on my videos is what texture pack I'm using, and it is in fact this one. And this texture pack is called DarkSea by iSparkton, the same creator of the last pack. This man's just an absolute legend when it comes to the PvP packs. The swords are really simple. They're absolutely nothing too crazy. They are short, but not as short as the first pack that we saw. The bow is really simple as well. It has the color charge, just in a different location. It's at the tip of the arrow instead of being the whole base of the arrow. The ores I really like because they're just so simply outlined. They're nothing too crazy and over the top. When I like the PvP, I don't like to get too distracted when I'm playing. So this pack is just personally right up my alley. You guys might not like it, but I like it for that sole reason, where it's detailed enough, but not too distracting. The particles in this texture pack aren't too crazy. They're like kind of like a grayish. Sometimes they go to like a greenish, but they're usually just a standard like grayish, orby-ish shape. Nothing too like nuts to talk about or to mention. The armor is also one of my favorite things. It's similar to the last texture pack in terms of armor, but I like this one a little bit more because it has the nice cuffs on the armor. This one isn't quite as saturated, and in my edited version I did actually increase the saturation for the armor, and that's because I'm colorblind, so, and I have a little bit of a problem between telling the difference between the diamond armor and the iron armor. So for my own purposes, I just upped the saturation in my own texture pack, but you guys can do whatever you want. If we go ahead and go back into game mode 1, I will show off the particle effect of the potions, which I actually kind of like the best out of all the potion particle effects we've seen so far, because these are like cute little like red cubes instead of the stars that we've seen in all the previous texture packs here. The blocks are pretty standard. Some of them have somewhat faithful textures, but besides that, it's pretty standard. Nothing too crazy to mention. And let me go ahead and show you guys the sky. Now, I really like the sky in this one because, as I said, it's nothing too crazy. It's a bit more cartoony than the past two that we've seen. Those have been somewhat more high definition, and this one's going for the more cartoony aspect, which I somewhat like because I can't really PvP. Well, I can't PvP with the other pack, but if it's nighttime, I'm going to be getting distracted by that beautiful sky instead of actually focusing on the PvP itself. Not to say that the sky in this one isn't beautiful. It really is. It's not as distracting. It is not as bright. It's not as pinky and purpley. It's just somewhat dark, but also has that kind of insane galactic feel that I really love in my custom skies. But guys, with that being said, we are here to wrap up the first ever Texture Pack Thursday. As I said earlier, all the links to these amazing texture packs will be in the description down below. If you guys have any suggestions of any texture packs you would like me to review or check out, feel free to post those in the comment section down below. Shout out to all the amazing creators of all these texture packs. They're awesome. I will leave their credits in the description. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know which one was your favorite texture pack, which one you liked the least. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Make sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell notification to be notified of every time that I upload. Have an absolutely amazing day. I love your faces. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.